But that's where the saying in the Bible, "Other sheep I have, which are not of this fold," that's what he's talking about, all the Gentiles that are on the American continent.
Mm-hmm. Dang. So that's in the King James version of the Bible?
No, that's in the Book of Mormon.
Oh, in the Book of Mormon. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
the King James is about Israel and everything that happened. The Old Testament and the New Testament is about the beginning of the world and everything that happened in Jerusalem and Israel and all those places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Book of Mormon is everything that happened in South America, Central America, and North America.
So like the second Bible
and
or something.
Canada. Not the second Bible, a second testament of Jesus Christ.
So Old Testament, New Testament, and then newer Testament.
The New Testament are the Bible, okay,
Mm-hmm.
is one testament of Jesus Christ and God. No, I'm good. The Book of Mormon is just another testament of things that he did and stuff. That's all that it is. It has nothing to do with the Bible. It's a different book than the Bible. And
so
everything.
It's not as holy as the Bible.
No, it is. It is as holy as the Bible.
It's as holy as the Bible. Okay.
Yeah, it's just dealing with a different group of people.
Okay. Yeah, it's so well done. Like all the different religions, man. Just within Christianity, all the different sects of Christianity.
Oh yeah,
there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, Christianity is the oldest religion around, if you think about it. Because Christianity is just believing in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's Christianity.
Right, but there was religions before Christ that still exist today, like Islam and Judaism.
Yes, they are, but heck, I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know.
Like, was Jesus a Jew? So Judaism did exist back then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Prior to Jesus.
Yes, it did. But there was also, I mean, I don't know how old the Quran?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how old the Quran is.
Older than Jesus.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, the Quran is one version of it. So, okay, yeah, then, okay.
Because they actually it mentions Jesus in the Quran.
Okay, then, okay. Christianity isn't the oldest religion.
Mm-hmm. They see Jesus as a prophet, though, not as a Messiah.
Yeah.
The Talmud with the Jews, they think Jesus is burning in hell right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. They won't realize how badly they f***ed up until he comes down again and is like, "Hey, remember me? How y'all do? Look, I still got the scar, huh? Look at my hands."
I saw this Instagram reel that articulates that what you said pretty cool.
That's what.
I want to show it to you. I'm gonna look for it.
Okay, while you're looking for it, I'm gonna tell a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is a bad joke. Do you know why nuns love Jesus so much?
Why?
Because he's hung like this.
What do you mean?
Because he's hung. Hung.
What's that? What is that?
Get it?
No, what is hung? Because I know this is hung, but what is hung?
Whenever you look at somebody, whenever a woman looks at a guy and is like, "Man, I bet he's hung," what are they talking about?
I don't know.
The size of his dick.
Really?
So,
Oh, so they're saying that
why do nuns like
Big Dick
Jesus?
Big Dick
Because he's hung like this.
Uh-huh.
You get it now?
Yeah.
It's a bad joke.
It's here somewhere. I know it. It's a Star Wars type meme.
Oh, okay. I like Star Wars type memes.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I get it. They're trying to get out in the spaceship, and he's like, nah, come on. Get back down here. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. No, dude, this whole topic has been really interesting, man, because it has been at the forefront of just a lot of world news lately. Like the main thing, like the Israel-Palestine thing that's going on. Like that was a huge new like thing that I had never, like I said, I didn't even know what Jews were until well, I knew of Judaism. I just didn't know that they were like an ethnic people as well. And I actually didn't know Israel existed until October 7th.
Of this year?
No, of when Hamas invaded Israel and killed a bunch of people that attended a music festival. Like Hamas, the people that are the government that's in charge of Gaza, which is a little piece of land that's attached to Israel.
Okay, when did that happen?
October 7th of 2023, I believe.
Okay, so you didn't know that Israel was an actual place until 2023?
Mm-hmm.
How stupid are you?
I just never heard of them. Maybe I have. It just never, like, imagine, like, could you name a different country around that area, or like between Europe and Russia, all the little countries that are in between that? Like, there's a bunch of countries that I just was never aware of. Still to this day, there's a bunch of I don't know all the countries that are out there in the world right now.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
But Israel is mentioned in the Bible.
Well, that's the thing, is that like growing up as a Catholic, we have like a catechism. We have like we learn about the seven sacraments, the 10 commandments, the Nicene Creed. We do that type of preparation for like confirmation, for First Communion, what transubstantiation is, what the Eucharist is. And every day at Mass, we like read a piece of it, right? But as a kid, like I never really like listened to what the words were saying. I was just kind of
Yeah, I can understand
they would tell
that,
me,
because I did the same thing.
yeah, they're like some stories I would retain, right? Like
Yeah.
like Cain and Abel or
Yeah.
or that type of stuff. But I never like heard about Israel in the Bible. And now like I never really I've heard of Israel. Actually, I take that back. I've heard of Israel in the Bible, but I just thought it was a name. I thought they were talking about someone, like it was a person.
The Israelites.
Yeah. I don't know. I never put two and two
That's
together.
a group of people from Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only stupid person sitting here today. Obviously, I'm not.
Yeah. But the thing is that Israel now isn't like that's a new thing. Like cuz that's the other thing. I never correlated like what that country is now to what whatever that place was in the Bible.
Yeah, Israel is like where everything took place in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Was in Israel area.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Jesus was put on the cross and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
But now that I do know, it's wild because it's a whole thing. There's so many different opinions over like what's going on over there right now. It's It's the most like complicated issue of all time.
I still don't give a f about what's going on over there, because another thing that a lot of people don't realize is all the wars and shit that have been going on over there over all the years that they've been going on is religious war over land rights, over inheritance. That's what all of that's over. So, y'all do y'all, I'll do me.
But how do you feel about the United States being the primary funder of all of that?
I think we're stupid. We give more money to other countries for stupid things. And don't get me wrong, I believe in fighting for what you believe in. But war is stupid. All that war does is make rich people richer. And that's all that it does. Or we're fighting over commodities, natural resources. You know? That's not a good reason to fight a war. You know? Now, with, like, whenever Japan invaded us, okay? Well, they invaded us because
Did they invade, or did they just kamikaze an island that we own?
Well,
where we had military bases.
Actually, what was funny is, and a lot of people don't realize, one of the Japanese generals, told one of the leading motherfuckers in Japan at the time that it would be stupid to invade America because there would be a gun around every bush. So that's why they never came straight to America. That's why they didn't really land anybody at Pearl Harbor and shit. That's why they just bombed it and got the out of there. Because we would have demolished them. I mean, look what we did to them anyways. I mean, they came over here. I don't even know why they attacked us to begin with at Pearl Harbor. But, you know, they came over here. We weren't, like I said, I don't know why they attacked us. Okay. We might have been bothering them. We might not have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might have been because of Vietnam. I don't know. Well, no, because that was way before Vietnam. See, I'm stupid. I say stupid things at times.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's something to fight for. You know, fighting to save somebody's life. That's something to fight for. But fighting over natural resources, fighting over land, come on, stop being stupid, people.
I mean, that's what all wars are fought for now.
Yeah, I know, and it's retarded. Stupid.
You could say it. You could say it.
I'm trying to watch saying that word, even though to me it's just another word, because I know the difference between being mentally ill and people that are mentally ill. I have no issues with them. I have...
Imagine having issues with retards. Oh, come on, man.
Well, I actually have relatives that are mentally ill and that have been clinically diagnosed retarded. Okay? And they still look at things and they're like, that's retarded.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, it's more like, that's retarded.
Yeah.
But, you know.
The thing is that retard, it means so many different things. It doesn't just mean that anymore.
It doesn't just mean your mental state. I mean.
It's just what you call your best friend, you know?
Yeah. Or whenever you're looking at something like somebody did something stupid.
Yeah.
You know, it's a word.
Yeah. That.
When did people start being offended by words so much. It just, that's like, have you ever seen the Ralphie May reel where he's talking about words and cookies
Mm-hmm.
and taking the different words and turning them into cookies?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite skit. It really is.
Yeah.
But it's true. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you made a cookie and called it a Jew, and you'd be like, man, that's the best damn Jew I ever ate.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't give a about words anymore because that's all they are words.
Mm-hmm.
And words do not hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Whips and chains do.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're calling for violence, and that's just...
Well, then that's just a way to get your call out. You're still just using words. Whether people respond to the words, that's where things start getting up.
Yeah, but let's say you're some kind of political leader, and you're like saying a speech or whatever. We need to go kill those people over there, and then those people go kill those people. Like, do you think you have any responsibility for the death? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I guess that my point is that that's when words actually hurt.
Well, yeah, but just because Donald Trump says, hey, we need to go bomb that country, okay? He's taking full responsibility. Now, if somebody goes and bombs that country just because he said to, without going through the proper channels, just because he says we need to go bomb that country doesn't mean that they start sending ships and planes out to bomb that country. They got other shit that everything that has to go through. Okay?
I mean, you know what's happening with Venezuela right now?
No, I don't.
Dude, he sent ships down to Venezuela. They're just off the coast of Venezuela right now.
Okay.
They're flying their military planes over Venezuela right now.
So right now, everything is on Trump because he said, do this, and it started happening. Okay? But if I sit there and say, you know, we need to go and kill Joe Blow over there, right? I said it. I didn't say, let's go do it. I said,
we need to go do it.
We need to go do it. Or wait, let me say it this way. If I said, you know, Joe Blow over there needs to die, okay, then I'm just saying words, okay? I did not say we need to go kill him. I did not say, hey, you go kill him. You know, I just said, that needs to die, okay? Then if you go and kill him just because I said he needed to die, then it falls on you. It doesn't fall on me. It falls on you because you took matters into your own hand. Now, if I look at you and say, hey, you need to go kill that motherfucker, now I'm taking full responsibility if you go and kill him.
But, I mean...
because you're going and doing it on my behalf.
Yeah.
Because I said that you need to. You still get some responsibility, but the major portion of the responsibility falls on me. And that's even in God's eyes.
Yeah.
Do you think all the soldiers that have had to kill people in war? Now, I'm not talking about the up and mentally ill soldiers that actually got off on killing people and cutting their ears off and shit like that. Yeah. I'm not talking about those, because those are murderers that got a license to kill. That's all that those are. Okay? I'm talking about the naive soldiers that are just trying to protect their country and protect what they believe in. Okay? Donald Trump says those people need to die, go kill them, right? That soldier is no longer, according to God, that soldier does not hold any of the responsibility for killing that guy.
Any?
Because he is doing what he was told to do by his superior.
But isn't your soul yours to keep?
It is. But
Like it,
you know, if you work for somebody, okay? So if we do something that we're told to do from our boss, if we do it, we don't get in trouble, right? But if we refuse to do it, then we get in trouble.
Not unless it's a safety thing.
I'm not talking safety thing. That's understandable. I'm talking, go take that trash can right there.
Yeah, exactly. But it depends on what
throw it into.
Yeah,
and
but
bring
my
it to
point
this
is
area.
that it depends on what they're telling you to do. For example, if we go back to the war analogy, like go kill that guy over there.
Exactly.
Let's put it even deeper. Like
it is still, if you're in the military and you don't do your job in the military, you get in trouble.
Yeah.
So if you're told go kill that person, you're in the military, and you're told go kill that person, and you say no, I'm not killing him. Okay, you're now court-martialed because you didn't do your job, right? But if you're just doing your job, it does not fall on you for doing your job. It falls on the person that ordered you to do it.
Right. But I mean, the person that ordered you to do it tells you to kill this kid. It's not armed. He's just a kid. But he saw you guys. So it's possible that that kid is going to go
and tell somebody.
And tell somebody.
Yeah.
So you get told you need to shoot that kid in the head.
Yeah. It still falls on him. Yeah, you're mentally up for the rest of your life because you had to kill a kid.
Yeah, you lost your soul.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Prove it to me.
Well, that's what I mean. I guess that's the difference in perspective is that you always your soul is yours to keep and you have your own free will. You always have a choice.
But if you do your job, okay, and you go and kill that kid, right? And you're up for the rest of your life because you killed a kid, even though you were told to go kill that kid, and you're up for the rest of your life mentally for doing that. Don't you think that God is going to have remorse for your soul? Don't you think that he's going to be like, he's been up for years over killing that kid. I cannot put any blame on him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can repent. Like God is all merciful and all forgiving, but
exactly.
But I'm saying that you still had a choice. It was still your choice.
Yes,
your soul is still yours to keep. It doesn't matter what king tells you to do, what any other person who's above you tells you to do. You always will have a choice.
Yes, you will. And you're right. But if you're in the military and you're told to do something like that, I still believe that it falls on the person that ordered you to do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they bear some responsibility to it, but you also bear some responsibility. You're not completely absolved. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. But you understand like what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
right?
I understand. I see your side of it.
Yeah. And I understand your side of it too. But
see, that's it. Communication.
Yeah.
We see each other's side of things. It doesn't matter for the fact that we don't see eye to eye on everything. We just see each other's viewpoints. And, I didn't throw a table over. You didn't throw a table over and start wanting to kick my ass. I didn't want to start kicking your ass. very intelligent conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's what this whole thing's about, man.
exactly.
Yeah. No, I encourage you to listen to some of the other ones, especially the ones that you would never think that you would have anything in common with. Like, for example, the latest one that I just put out, her name is Melissa, and it's the first girl that's on the podcast.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't know what to expect out of that one, but dude, we talked for 6.5 hours, like straight, actually. Yeah,
That's crazy.
and that one came out on Friday, and Carlos watched it, and we just had a podcast last night, and he mentioned that podcast, like, it affected him. Like, there was
Really?
some stuff that was said that he felt that he was like, yeah.
See, that's
For real.
actually cool. Whenever I like that aspect of your podcast.
Mhm.
And by the way, just to let you know, you're the only podcaster that I'm subscribed to. And that's just because you're a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
I am not subscribed to any podcasts
Yeah.
except yours.
Uh-huh.
So
I appreciate it.
you ought to feel privileged.
Thank you very much.
But hey, I like the fact, if somebody gets something out of our podcast and they're like, wow, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Then, hey, great. That is
Like
fucking
Jesus
awesome.
coming to America, dude. That's wild. Yeah. No, there's just very like little things that you probably don't even realize that you just said, and people are just gonna be like, "Wait, what the fuck?" You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It happens like live, like as you're talking, you're like, "Oh, wait, when?"
Yeah, it just it happened with you.
Yeah. With what? What do you mean?
Since we've been talking.
Uh-huh.
One of the things that I said, you were like, wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And even me said, I didn't know that.
The Jewish.
The Jew gene.
Yeah.
Jew gene.
The Jew gene.
That sounds like a drink almost.
The Jew
Like a mixed drink.
Yeah.
The Jew gene.
Well, what just to close this out, usually I ask what is something that you don't think is talked about enough that we should talk about more often amongst people?
I don't know. But I do know one thing. I gotta go pee.
All right, folks. I just assumed it was something like Scots-Irish.
Yeah, I'm Irish, Scottish, English, and Welsh.
Dang.
That's just on my mama's side.
Uh-huh. What about your dad's side?
I know that I'm related to, I think it was like the 70, no, that's too many. I'm related to one of the presidents.
Oh, you don't remember which one?
Don't remember which one. Well, I know who he was, but I don't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
He was old whenever he ran for president, and he stood out in the rain for 2.5 hours giving his inaugural speech, and then died of pneumonia, like, not long after that.
Mm-hmm.
So he was an idiot. I'm sorry, if you're going to spend 2.5 hours out in the rain giving your inaugural speech,
Mm-hmm.
you should have never been president.
Why?
Because you're an idiot.
That sounds cool. Giving a speech in the rain, it sounds like dramatic. Like, imagine an anime of like this very powerful person like letting it out there, and it's like dramatic music, and the rain's coming. Yeah.
That. Put me in somewhere. I'm not standing out in the rain for 2.5 hours giving a goddamn speech.
Yeah, I love the rain, dude. When it rains, it's
I like the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind, going out and playing in the rain. But standing in the rain for 2.5 hours giving a speech and then getting pneumonia because you did it whenever you're super old,
Mm-hmm.
because he was like in his 70s or something whenever he ran and won,
Oh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was old.
Damn. So at that point they could. I thought
But
Trump. How old is Trump? 79.
I don't know.
I think he's the oldest president of all time. That and Joe Biden.
Biden was just a retard.
I know.
We can't talk about Biden. Come on. He wasn't president.
Yeah. How does that make you feel, knowing that the presidency doesn't really matter? I mean, it matters to some extent, but as far as like the control of the office.
Well, he doesn't. Trump doesn't even have control of the office.
Exactly. How does that make you feel as an American?
It makes me feel good that not just one person has 100% control over everything.
Well, no, I'm not talking, because obviously it's the president, it's the Congress, and it's the judiciary. So it's there is supposed to be at least an executive.
There's supposed to be checks and balances, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
but I'm talking about the bureaucracy, like the government agencies that have been there for a lot longer than any representative that we ever voted for has been in there.
Oh, the government agencies by themselves are stupid, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like people anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
what does it matter what I think?
Yeah.
I do my best. Look, I've got enough shit going on in my head that I don't need to worry about the state of the country,
Mm-hmm.
because all that's going to do is depress me even more than I already am.
Or maybe it'll make you hopeful.
Nah.
No? No. I mean, because there is a lot of doom and gloom nowadays, right? But I do feel very hopeful, because I do feel this revival in faith in a lot of people. A lot of people that I never would have expected.
Is it a revival of faith, or is it of people starting to use common sense?
Well, I guess it just depends on what you attribute it to. Do you attribute it to the faith, or is the faith teaching the common sense?
I guess it could be faith, because faith is believing in something that you can't see.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's one of those things that I'd have to be extremely stoned and have a stoner conversation about it. Because that's whenever things really come out good. Is whenever you got a good buzz going,
Mm-hmm.
and you just kick back and y'all just talking about stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's whenever some really good conversations can happen also.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I'm good enough trying to do my own thing.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting, man. The world, how the world plays out is interesting. Like, have you have you heard of Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know about Epstein's Island.
Uh-huh.
And I know that we do need to know everything that happened on Epstein's Island.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I believe that whoever was involved with Epstein's Island should get penalized, and they should die.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shit ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. There are some things that I will overlook. Okay? You murder somebody, even if you murder them in cold blood. Okay? I can overlook that. But you do anything to a woman, a child, or a dog. I'm not saying animals, because we kill animals all the time for food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm not one of these tree-hugging, all animals need to be saved motherfuckers.
Yeah, but dogs.
But dogs have a special place in my life. Even cats. And I hate cats. Dude, growing up, me and my buddies used to bury cats up to their neck and then run over them with a lawnmower.
Mm.
I hate cats. I've only had one cat that I liked, and that's because I helped raise the little fucking bitch. And she was a bitch.
Uh-huh.
She hated everybody. Everybody that tried to pet her, she would hiss at them and bat at them. Me, I'd walk over, pick her up, throw her around my neck, and she wouldn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because every time she went to hiss or bat at me, I'd bite her ear. That's how you train an animal. That's how you train dogs and cats.
Yeah.
My dog that I used to have, the last dog that I had, Sabine, loved her. She was chocolate lab and German Shepherd mix. Oh, she was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Fabulous around children. And whenever I say fabulous around children, I mean babies could go up, pull, bite her ear, pull on her tail, pull on her ears, climb all over her, and she'd just look at you like, when is this mother little gonna stop? And wouldn't do nothing to them. But me and her, before she wound up going with my ex up to Dallas area,
Mm-hmm.
me and her had 3 come to Jesus meetings. And whenever me and her had a come to Jesus meeting, I was throwing her
Mm-hmm.
and punching her because that was the only way that she would freaking listen. I'm serious. I'd have to get violent with her.
Uh-huh.
But it was the only way to do it.
Yeah.
You had to show that you were the alpha. I had to show that I was the alpha.
Mm-hmm.
But with kids,
So that is a real thing with animals, right? Like you have to
oh yeah,
display dominance.
yes, yeah. Have you ever heard of that guy that actually became the alpha now of a
Wolf pack?
hyena pack?
Oh, hyena pack, no.
Yeah, and hyenas are not alpha driven. Hyenas are a oh, what is it whenever females are in charge? Matriarchal?
Yeah.
Okay. Hyenas are a matriarchal species. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, hyena women, the females, the hyena females, the way that they get dominance over the males
It's through sex?
is they them up the ass.
Oh my god. How do they have a penis?
Yes.
Hi.
It is a penis and a vagina at the same time.
Whoa.
I'm serious. I did not believe it. Josh at work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Josh?
The trainer?
No.
Who?
The Korean dude that got adopted by the white parents.
Geode?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I need to get him on here, dude. He
would be fun on here.
Dude, yeah.
Cause he just says what he wants to say anyways,
Yeah.
just like me. I sat there the other night at work and I was like, look here, Gook. He goes, wrong nationality. Just saying stupid shit to him, you know? And he was like, no, wrong nationality. But yeah, he's the one that told me about that. I didn't realize it. I had to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, female hyenas do not. It looks like a penis, except whenever they have sex with males, the male is able to insert his penis. So yeah, but that's how they get dominance over the males is they fuck them in the ass. There you go. You learned something new.
I can't believe it, man. Oh, you're going to start coughing again?
Oh, yeah. Love it. My old boss, he used to love smoking with me. Because every time I cough like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, oh, yeah. You know, because getting it out and everything. So,
Mhm.
yeah, he always loved smoking with me.
Yeah, I remember when you and Kim Moore came over that one time,
Yeah?
and we smoked outside.
Dude, you need to get him on here.
Yeah. He said he'll come on after January
There you go.
or after the holidays.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can tell him that I was on it.
Yeah, no, he'll see. Yeah, I think I already told him that you're coming.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I miss Keymore.
Yeah, I miss the night shift days, man.
I loved the night shift days.
Yeah, it was a fun crew.
Until I had to pay my taxes. Dude, I got tarred.
Uh-huh.
I wound up having to pay $10,000 back. Yeah, that's what I said. First time I ever had to pay back. Hated it. That's another thing that they're working on.
What? No tax on overtime?
Not the no tax on OT is up to $12,000.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make over $12,000 in overtime, then you still got to pay taxes on it.
Oh, just $12,000 in overtime.
We actually seen something the other night. One of the guys at work showed it to me while we were at work.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Friday night. And yeah, it said right there, you can deduct up to $12,000 on your taxes for overtime. But anything over the $12,000, you have to pay taxes on.
Mm-hmm.
So, which means that the little bit of overtime that I've worked this year, I'll be able to claim on my taxes.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it seemed like a load of bullshit, right? The no tax on overtime. I thought that was just like straight up.
yeah, no.
That's how they sold us on this big beautiful bill thing, dude. It
Well, something else that
a lot of fucked
they're
up shit
working
was in
on is getting rid of the IRS altogether.
there. Yeah, I mean they say that,
Getting
but
rid of-
there's no way in hell
But yeah,
they're gonna do
no.
that. Like right now, Trump is trying to give out the tariff profits. You know, the profits that came from the tariff.
Yeah.
and just give them out as just checks to everybody in the every U.S. citizen, and they're selling it as in like, hey, this could be the replacement to the IRS or whatever.
Yeah, Democrats
really-
ain't gonna let that happen.
Yeah, but really all it is just a way to disperse all the profits that we've been getting from the tariffs and make it complicated to be able to return it, because there's a major Supreme Court decision that's about to happen as to whether or not it's lawful for President Trump to declare these tariffs on the nation, because Congress is supposed to be in charge of the purse and that includes tariffs. So like the tariffs,
Yeah, but tariffs are taxes on stuff coming into America to be sold from other countries, right?
It's exactly. Yes.
Okay. We have to do the same shit whenever we sell something into another country. We got to pay tariffs.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm against tariffs. I'm just saying that in the way that Trump imposed them, like he didn't impose them through law. He didn't impose them through Congress. He imposed them by executive order.
I don't
And
see a problem with
no,
that.
I'm not saying there's no problem with that. I'm saying that the Supreme Court is about to judge as to whether or not it was lawful for him to do that. And the reason it's important is that if it isn't lawful for him to do that, that means that by law, they would have to return that money back to the countries that paid it to us. So what he's doing with dispersing these checks out to everybody who's an American citizen is that he's overcomplicating the inevitability of being able to return everything. So he's literally hiding the money.
See,
but no,
I don't understand why the Supreme Court is even getting in on this. Because who gives a if he did it by a presidential order or not? All that he's doing.
The reason this matters is because if it's an executive order, as soon as he leaves office, like if a Democrat comes in, they're just gonna like repeal that like immediately, like as if it's nothing. So the reason it's a problem is because there's no consistency here. It's just like it's a very volatile like thing. You can't invest into the future if you don't know like what the price is gonna be like 5 years from now.
Okay. But still, I can understand that.
Yeah.
And I can understand the fact of, the possibility that if, a Democratic president comes in next, that he could say, no, we're going to stop this. Okay. But why don't they just get together and say, hey, you know what? All the other countries are charging us money. Instead of us giving them money, why don't we charge their asses for the shit that they're importing over here? Especially if they're not a part of our group.
Mm-hmm.
Our
allies?
Yeah, our allies. Fuck the UN.
Mm-hmm.
UN is nothing but a bunch of bullshit anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that's the only thing that they have to figure out. Whether or not it was bad or good. Put it in the good section, make it law, and then figure out how we're going to charge the people. Mm-hmm. That's it. The issue is, and this is the real issue, okay? And this is why it's getting thrown to the Supreme Court. Some Democrat that don't like Trump got his panties all twisted up in a knot whenever Trump did that as an executive order and was like, oh shit, this is going to tear into the money that I'm making on the side from China for all the bullshit that they send over to us, all the tapped chips and shit that they're sending, TVs and shit that they're sending to us. That's going to cut into my personal profits. Oh no, we need to bring this to the Supreme Court and let them figure this shit out. Make it to where it's illegal.
Yeah.
That's where it's coming down to cold hard, what's going to hurt somebody's pockets.
Yeah.
That's what it's coming down to, and that's why the shit's going into the Supreme Court.
So you're blaming the Democrats?
I'm blaming whoever believes that their pockets are going to get hurt the most.
Yeah.
It may not be Democrat. It may be but somebody had to go to the Supreme Court, or a group of individuals had to have gone to the Supreme Court and said, hey, this might be illegal. Because a lot of the executive orders that he has put in, the past and the present, somebody could have, some group of individuals or people could have just said, oh no, this is wrong. And they could have brought it to the Supreme Court, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he's making other countries pay tariffs on all the shit that they import or export over to us, and every time that we bring shit to them, export shit to them, they tariff us. Now that we're tariffing them, that's cutting into somebody's personal pocket.
Yeah.
And that's why this is going to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Well,
that's why it's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's bullshit, but it's still a reality. Like, it's still like gonna affect us in a huge way.
Yeah, and I understand that. But I mean, it's the same thing with the Federal Reserve.
Yeah. Oh, what you know about the Federal Reserve, dog?
America doesn't own the Federal Reserve.
No, they do not.
6 bankers own the Federal Reserve.
Yes, they do.
6 families own the Federal Reserves.
Uh-huh.
And some of those families are families like Rockefellers and people like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's who owns the Federal Reserve. They can call the note on the money anytime they want to.
Yeah.
So I have actually been to BLM.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Wait, no, not BLM.
I was like,
BLM is Bureau of Land Management.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, haven't been to them either. But there is a BLM, a Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about BEP, Bureau of Engraving and Printing. That's where they make our cash.
Okay.
Like our dollars and shit like that. I've been there.
Wow.
In Dallas.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't take any pictures because you can't.
Yeah.
Dude. I had to tell the guard that was following me the entire time while I was on the facility. He had to walk me to the bathroom whenever I had to go piss or shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was not left alone at all.
Mm.
I mean, I did get to prop myself up against $60 million. That's how much in $100 bills is on a 4-foot by 4-foot pallet.
Damn.
60 million. 60-something million.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I wish I could stand up, but that's coming up to about right here on me.
Yeah.
So a little over, like 4 by 4 by 4, almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's like 60-something million.
Yeah.
I got to hold 400,000 in cash in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
how did that feel?
Like I wish there was a way that I could have keistered $400,000. I would have put that shit in my prison pocket in a heartbeat and washed it later. But so the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, okay, and I got to see inside the vault too. That was there, but the money that's there is perfect counterfeit. Now, do you know what I mean by perfect counterfeit?
Yeah, like it looks real, feels real, is pretty much real, but it's still not real.
Yes, that's it. It's 100% real, but it's not real.
Yeah.
It does not, and you can spend it easily, but it is not real money until it gets sent to the Federal Reserve and they enter in all of the
Notes.
Numbers.
Yeah. And now they don't even have to have the actual real physical money. They could just put it in the computer that it's real now.
Yeah.
Send this to Chase Bank.
Exactly.
Send this to JP Morgan.
Exactly. Okay. Now, here's where the problem comes. To make money, you have to have money.
Yeah.
So you have to have enough hard money,
Mm-hmm.
gold, gems, shit like that.
Shares, assets.
Yeah, but hard assets. And gold is the best hard asset out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Fort Knox is full of gold.
Do you think we have enough gold to
No,
pay the price on the?
no. We don't have enough. We do not. Each American would have to come up with X amount of thousands of dollars if the Federal Reserve ever, and it may not even be thousands, it may be millions. I can't remember exactly, okay? But each American would have to come up with this money to be able to pay back the Federal Reserve if they ever called the note on America.
Mm-hmm.
So how up is that?
No, it is. I mean, it seems like it's the root of all evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in a perfect society, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, was it in the Bible? It was either in the Bible or the Book of Mormon. I can't remember, okay? Because I've got two different texts
To remember.
that I'm thinking through, okay? So I can't remember if it's in the Bible or if it's in the Book of Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an entire city that was raised up to the heavens by God.
Atlantis.
No,
Oh.
no. And the reason why is because they lived by a particular law that God believes in. And that is, what I have, you have. Nobody pays for anything. Because everybody is giving everybody is giving everybody everything that they need. You understand?
Communism?
No, it's not okay. So check it out, okay? You're good at
Everyone has the perfect job
exactly.
that fits. You become a honeybee.
Yes. You know, this person is good at sewing
Mm-hmm.
and making clothes.
Mm-hmm.
This person is good at making the fabric that makes the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
This person over here is good at raising vegetables. So they're trading everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a big circle, and everybody is doing this. So nobody has money. Nobody is using money. They are using their God-given talents to help the entire community. And that is why this entire city was raised into heaven, is because the entire city was doing this. And this was a city of over 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people. You know, it was a big city, not a small town.
Mm-hmm.
But God said, hey, love the way y'all are doing things. Come on. Y'all are saved. And raised the entire city. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Land, buildings, people. Everything. Raised them to the heavens. Because that's the way we should do things.
Mm-hmm.
You know? People are idiots.
Mm-hmm.
People are idiots, and yes, money is the root of all evil. So there you go.
I don't know, man.
There's my views and thoughts on that aspect.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that you know about the Federal Reserve, because not a lot of people know about the Federal Reserve.
Oh yeah,
Like at all. Like they don't know like how money works really.
yeah.
We're not really taught. That's not like a subject in school really.
No,
too much.
no. You
I
want to know
faintly
why?
remember. Yeah. I mean, because it
Because
would
if
cause a
it's
revolution, you know?
yeah, if it was taught in public school, then you would wind up with more free thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
And the government doesn't want free thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
They want cattle.
Yeah.
So and you don't control cattle by letting them know that they're getting fattened up so that they can be slaughtered. You know, you raise cattle thinking, "Oh yeah, you're living it up. Go eat that grass."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the government wants. Is they want cattle. That's why free thinkers are considered radicalists and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is because
Do you know anything
nobody
about
tells us how to think.
the Cuban Revolution? Do you know anything about that?
With Castro?
And do you know about Che Guevara? Che Guevara?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Carlos and Mario were telling me about him last night that he came from privilege and then eventually like got down to like seeing what the root cause of all their problems were and came to the conclusion that it was a United States influence in a lot of the shit that was going on down there at the time. So they fomented this revolution within their country to overthrow the government, and that's how they gained control of Cuba, the communists, because they were communists. And I mean, but something about his story really is resonating with people.
But did you hear what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
They figured out that it was American influences.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you right there. We are a corrupt nation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, wait. Let me rephrase that. We have a lot of corrupt running our nation.
Yeah. When you say running, who is these people that are
I'm
running the
talking
nation?
about your senators, your congressmen, all them.
What about your donor class people, the people who pay for these people?
Yeah, because they're the ones that are doing everything they can to keep these in office. And I'm talking big pharma,
Mm-hmm.
tobacco,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever
The
oil.
the Israel lobby.
Yeah, everybody that is making money.
Interest.
Yes.
The interest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And their interest is how much more money can I get?
Uh-huh. Or how much more power can I get?
Yes.
How much more influence can I get?
I actually believe that the NWO has something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the NWO is?
No.
Okay. And I'm not talking about the wrestling group NWO, but it's the same organization
Uh-huh.
because it is the New World Order.
Oh, the New World Order. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
They're the that are doing all of this shit. And that they are the root of the problem. Do you know why Kennedy got shot?
Because he was elected by the mafia and then started locking up the mafia is one of the people that wanted him dead. The other people were the intelligence agencies that realized that this guy really wanted to denuclearize and started to denuclearize the missiles. And Alan Dulles, the CIA director at the time, felt that this was treason. He genuinely felt this was treasonous of the president to start shutting down our nuclear bombs. And he saw it that we're just giving over like our leadership to China. So he saw the president as treasonous, and he started developing this plan along with the inventor at the time, like the Tony Stark at the time. Do you remember something Howard? No, Howard something. Prolific.
I want to say Stern, but
No, not Stern. It'll come to me. He's so important, dude.
Also,
no. But okay, so let me finish the list.
Oh,
so he got he started making up this plan along with Cuban revolutionaries, because we were working very closely with the Cuban revolutionaries at the time, and we were going to do this thing called the Gulf of Tonkin, where they were going to sink this ship, the American ship, and blame it on Cuba, so that we can garner support of the American people to go to war with Cuba and put boots on the ground there. But Kennedy, at last minute, said we're not doing that and vetoed that plan. The thing is that the Cuban revolutionaries at the time, they were already in place, and because America never went through with the plan, they were kind of like left out there to die. So they had this beef with Kennedy because he said no to the plan and left him out to die. But because he didn't want to bomb one of our own ships, you know?
Yeah.
But this is the type of shit that like these intelligence agencies, these military entities, this is the type of plans that go up to the president for him to decide. And he's very like, there's a lot of pressure for him to say, yes, let's do this. Let's bomb our own people so we can get the support to go in there because of the greater good, you know? But all right, so so now he has what? The mafia as an enemy, the intelligence agency as an enemy, because Alan Dulles, the CIA director, Kennedy fired him. He fired him. Like they didn't like each other already, but then he fired him. So he really didn't like him. So even when you get fired as CIA director, you still have clearances. You still have access to all the top secret shit. You still have access to all the relationships that you've built within that bureaucracy. So even though you're out of power, you're still in power because of all the connections that you have and all this knowledge that you know, because knowledge is power. It's not just about money. It's about what you know and who you know.
Yes.
So he was still powerful enough to be able to cultivate this plan of assassinating Kennedy. So the mafia, the intelligence agencies, especially Alan Dulles, and the Cuban revolutionaries, who Alan Dulles knew well because he was a part of that whole planning, and the Israel lobby and the powers in Israel, because Kennedy was a single like bulwark against Israel getting a nuclear weapon, and they wanted a nuclear weapon. And Kennedy said, no, not only that, not only do I not want you guys to get a nuclear weapon, I want to send people over there to make sure that you guys aren't like trying to build one yourselves. So they were like, fuck you, and actually stole the nuclear like technology, all the secrets that we had. They stole them from us and developed their own nuclear bomb, which they have denied up until recently. They've denied all these years up until recently, and not even officially. They still won't officially recognize that they have nuclear bombs, but they have nuclear bombs, and they're pointed at everybody.
Yeah.
So,
but
so that's another reason why. So my point is that the mafia had a reason for him to be dead. The intelligence agencies had a reason for him to be dead. The Cuban revolutionaries have reason for him to be dead. And Israel, the Israeli government, had reason for him to be dead because his vice president, Lyndon B. Johnson, was very pro-Zionist, pro-Israel, like whatever was going on in Cuba, and pro-intelligence like agency. Like Lyndon B. Johnson and John F. Kennedy hated each other. So the thing is that Lyndon B. Johnson knew about the attack before it happened. But yeah, these are all the entities that I'm trying to lay out that I think they all colluded to be able to.
But my point is, do you know what all them entities have in common?
No, what is it?
The NWO.
The New World
Order.
Yeah.
That's what they all have in common. So it wasn't just these entities. Yes, these entities all probably had part in it, okay? But it was the NWO pulling the strings. That was the same thing with COVID. COVID was the NWO thing. It was how far can we push people till they push back? Because they want to figure out the way to take control over the entire world. So that's why they get people out of the way whenever they're making too many. I mean, whenever they're getting too popular. Because Kennedy was he was the last Democratic president that we had that was pro-gun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. After he died, all of the other Democrats were like anti-gun.
Were the Republicans anti-gun at the time?
Republicans have never been anti-gun. Never, ever been anti-gun. Because the Republican, I don't know if it's true today. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it was true back in the day,
whenever
the Republican Party started.
Yeah.
The Republican Party started to free the slaves. The Democratic Party was the one that was against that was pro-slavery. Okay? So they were the ones. So everybody talks about the Great Migration. Okay? Yeah. And everybody says that it was the Republican Party migrating to the north, and it was the Democratic Party migrating to the south. No, it was the Democratic Party migrating to the north, and it was the Republican Party migrating to the south, because the Republicans that party was started to free the slaves. And that's why the Republicans started, because Lincoln was a Republican. So, yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that the Republican Party has always, nowadays they say, oh, the Republican Party they want slaves and all this other shit, and our ancestors owned slaves and shit. And okay, my ancestors might have. I don't know. I don't care. I didn't live back then. I live now. That happened back then. That's not happening now.
Yeah.
Okay? So, learn your history. But the deal is that back whenever the Republicans started, they believed in what the founding fathers believed in.
Right. But what does this have to do with the NWO?
Because the NWO is the one that wants to take over the world.
Well, the one that already owns the world, right?
Yeah.
But
we were talking about something else besides the NWO whenever you brought this up. And now I don't remember it.
We went into the Kennedy assassination.
I went into a tangent and I forgot what we were originally talking about. You gotta make sure that gets put on there.
What?
Whenever you do the editing and everything, you gotta make sure
that we lost our place.
Yeah, that we lost our place.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Shit like that. That's gotta get put on there. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, but we had it. It was a good little ping pong match that we had here.
Yeah, it was a good little tangent that we had going on. I mean, we forgot the entire point, but hey. But yeah, so NWO is what's really wrong with the world.
And
the NWO consists of the richest in the world. And yes, I think that a lot of them are on the Epstein list.
Oh yeah.
This all started with the Epstein list.
Yeah. Yeah. How crazy is it that if it wasn't for this guy who just really didn't give a fucking, just let it get to his head that he can't get caught.
Yeah. But if they ever put the list out there.
Well, they're putting the list out there. Did you see that whole battle?
but is it the actual list?
I mean, we're already getting new pictures that we've never gotten before. No, I'm not saying we're going to get all of it. I don't think we'll ever get all of it. Ever. But we are getting enough to where this flame, it's not going out anytime soon.
No,
The
it's not.
the distrust is there now.
Yes.
And it's not going away. Like, you have to do something very extraordinary to gain back the trust of, like,
and I'll be honest
people.
with you, I hope that I actually see a prediction that I've been predicting for years.
What?
I hope I see it in my lifetime. That America will have another civil war.
Whoa. Violent civil war?
Yes.
Oh my
very
God.
violent.
Oh my God.
But it's not going to be North versus South.
No, definitely not.
It's not going to be over stupid shit. It's going to be the American people versus the government.
Yeah. Or the world.
Or the NWO.
Yeah.
But there is going to be another civil war in America, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been saying it for years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I would love to see it happen in my lifetime.
Why?
Because then I can be like, see, I told y'all. No, I would like to see it just because, you know,
You mean
destroy everything and then rebuild everything back up according to the way that we have the Constitution originally written.
Yeah, but there's so many variables with that. Like, the wrong people could die, and that's it.
You're right.
Then we're communist China again.
The wrong people could die.
Yeah.
Or the right people could die.
Yeah. The battle of good versus evil. But I'd rather right now, this is why right now my biggest interest is politics. And the reason being is because what I'm seeing out there right now, it's a real show. It's Game of Thrones in real life.
Yeah.
But the American version.
Yep.
It's playing out right in front of us. And it's very interesting. And right now the vibes that I'm getting is that there are the truth tellers out there, or at least the people that have garnered enough trust amongst a huge amount of people. Guys like Tucker Carlson, like Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, Dave Smith, Glenn Greenwald.
Oh, you like Candace Owens too?
Dude, I love Candace, dude.
Oh, dude, she is so awesome.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah,
I do. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
Mhm.
She's gorgeous too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah.
But
I want to buy the skincare for the Mimi skincare that she promotes for Carla for her for like one of her Christmas presents or something.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
but Candace is a go. Have you been following this whole Charlie Kirk thing?
No.
No? Oh,
No,
yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm up enough in my head. I don't need more shit getting me up in the head. I go off on tangents anyways.
Yeah.
I don't need something else to go off on. Because I've said it several times during this show. I genuinely hate ignorant people.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like individuals that are not free thinkers.
Yeah.
People that just live day to day. Those people irritate the hell out of me because they overpower the free thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be around people that they don't have to share my same viewpoints. Okay? I mean, you and me have disagreed on a couple of things, but I still like you because you're a free thinker. You don't follow just one narrative. You look at all the narratives and you figure out which one you like the best. And you go towards the individuals that are driving the narrative that you like. Okay? But you're not just following because it's the newest, latest, and greatest thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't mind speaking your mind about things,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I just want to make it okay with people. Like, it's okay.
And it is okay.
It's okay.
That's what America was built on.
Mm-hmm.
America was not built on cattle. It was built by free thinkers. It was built by a group of people that came together and said, you know what? We do not like what the is going on right here. We want to make a change. The founding fathers couldn't return back to England. Some of them that did return back to England wound up getting imprisoned. But they did it because they believed in a different way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did not want to just follow the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to make a difference. And the problem with America today is we have more people that want to follow the crowd instead of more people that are saying, this shit's up.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make a change. And that's whenever the Civil War is going to happen, is whenever that flop takes.
I don't
And
know.
that flop is coming.
Yeah. But I think this, like, I really do believe that this next generation, there's something special about them.
The Alpha generation?
No, but including Gen X. I mean, not Gen X, Gen Z.
Yeah, I'm Gen X.
Yeah, you're Gen X. No, but yeah,
Gen Z is...
Alpha and Gen Z. No, I think Gen Z, especially the men, I see something special.
So, I don't remember where the saying came from.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember where I heard it at.
Yeah.
Okay? But there is a saying. Hard times make hard men. Hard men make soft times. So it's a never ending, it's a constant cycle.
Yeah.
You know? And because because people get torn down and then they say, this, we're done. And they revolt. Then they make things great. Then we aren't revolting anymore. And we become lackadaisical. And we start letting things just happen. And just start flowing with the crowd. And then that turns everybody into a big pussy until sit there and say, I've had enough. And then they become hard men again.
Yeah. And
make changes.
yeah. That's why I have hope, because I think this next generation does feel the weight on their shoulders, because they are going to inherit something that is definitely not as good as we had it.
Gen Z could, as long as enough Gen Z, and I don't know how many Gen Z are free thinkers.
A lot of them. I mean, you got Nick Fuentes out there. That's the freest thinker that's out there right now.
Okay. So I don't know how many there are. Okay. But Gen Z could help fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we get enough of the free thinker Gen Zs out there and, nobody else decides to shoot one of them. I mean, none of the dumbasses decides to shoot one of them again. They can help bring alpha into actually making things better.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at things.
Yeah. It's scary yet exciting times.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I still hope a civil war breaks out. Come on, I gotta have something exciting before I die.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We were at work the other night, and I told everybody, I was like, I used to laugh and make fun of all the old timers that I used to work with whenever I was coming up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm turning into one of them old timers.
What do you mean you're turning into them? You are one of them. What?
I know. I know. Hey. Blame it on my Gen X life.
Jesus.
Oh, dude, you're going to have me on here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah. It's been great, dude. It's each one of them have been like wonderful. They've been awesome.
So what made you decide to do this?
Well, I've always had this feeling that I just want to talk with people. I just always felt nervous, like doing it publicly. It's like doing a show and tell, like you're in front of an audience, like you're just kind of you have this third eye just watching you this whole time. So that's always been like a weird thing for me, I think. But then Charlie Kirk got murdered, and I felt some type of way about it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. And it was like very gruesome. And it was like the most gruesome thing that I've seen in a while. I mean, other than like all the babies in Palestine getting blown up. It did affect me some type of way, because like they got his throat, and like his throat just then it just squirted out.
See, I didn't see any of the videos of the shooting or anything. So as a matter of fact, I was on Facebook because I would run by Charlie Kirk reels every once in a while, thumbing through Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. I never really followed him or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
but I always liked listening to what he had to say, because he was, from what I seen, all he did was spit facts.
Yeah.
And I actually seen a video earlier whenever I was waiting on you to wake up.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck.
Yeah, my bad.
Well. And this girl, transgender, okay, and she was talking to him, and her question was when he thought it would be the best time to start taking the different medication to help with being transgender. And he asked her to, tell her story, and she basically admitted that she was fucked up in the head and didn't realize, didn't know what way to think. Right? And he told her, he was like, first thing, thank you so much. Thank you for telling me your story and how you are. He goes, second thing, the first thing I would do is I would talk to somebody so that you can figure out how you as an individual should think, then decide, am I this way or am I this way? That right there shows that he was not against, I'm not against the transgender community. I just think that they're up individuals that need therapy, because somewheres down the line, they didn't know how to deal with reality and created a false reality in their head.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay? If they want to be that way, great for them.
Keep it away from kids.
Keep it away from children. Do not need to have transgender twerkers in the classroom.
Yeah, but not only that, just like any kind of like kids shouldn't see that type the stuff like
No.
ever, or be introduced to any type.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what the
I mean, they're still trying to form reality.
they're still trying to figure out who the they are.
Yeah.
And some adults shouldn't get into that shit either, because some adults don't even know who the they are.
Yeah.
I'm 53 and I still don't know who the I am. But I know that I'm up in the head enough that I don't know who the I am.
I mean, does that sound more like an excuse as to not figuring out who you are?
No, because I've actually been trying to figure out who I am.
Mm-hmm. And so far, what did you come up with?
I have no clue about who I am. I know what I believe. I know how I feel. I know how I think things should be. Is it right? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Now I do my best to just speak the way that I feel. And if people don't like it, fuck 'em. I'm spitting words. That's all I'm doing is spitting words. If you don't like what I'm spitting, you ain't got to listen to me.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So, and that's the only way that you're going to figure out who you are is by not listening to other people's narratives. And that's
Or
why
listening to a lot of people's narratives. Not
Yeah.
just a few.
Yeah, instead of a few.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, once you figure out, okay, this is what I'm thinking, I want to listen to people that think my way.
In different ways.
Yeah. See, but that's where things start getting up, is because now it becomes my way and no one else's way. And that's why I like to keep an open mind. And plus, whenever you keep an open mind, you learn new shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to learn. So, I let people spit their words and I listen to them. And sometimes their words catch me, sometimes their words don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I liked Charlie Kirk and I liked the way that he thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was just on Facebook one day whenever I seen that he had been murdered. And I was like, what? No way. No way. So I actually had to look it up to make sure that it wasn't fake news.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so I know nothing about where he got shot, how, I know that it wasn't it like a transgender person?
No, his boyfriend or whatever is a transgender person.
Okay. And that's who shot him?
Yeah.
Was his
His
boyfriend?
name is his name is Tyler Robinson.
Okay, so the guy had a boyfriend that was transgender.
Yeah.
Okay, and he shot Charlie Kirk, not the boyfriend.
No,
Okay.
not the boyfriend. Yeah, Tyler
Okay.
Robinson shot. Well, at least allegedly. Allegedly. That's who they're telling us. Shot Charlie Kirk. Candace thinks differently.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What does Candace think?
Candace thinks the government was involved.
That could go back to NWO also.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she's feeling too.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Also, the French government, the French president and his wife paid off a hitman to try to assassinate her. And the only reason she found out is because a high-level French...
Try to assassinate Candace?
Candace, yeah.
Why did the French go after Candace?
Because Candace did a whole series over Brigitte Macron, which is the French president's wife's... it's the French president's wife.
Okay.
That's her name, Brigitte Macron.
Yeah.
Candace did a whole series explaining why she's a man and that this man was groomed President Macron back when he was like 14 or 16 or something. And that she's being sold to us as a woman, but in reality, she's just a transgender woman. And they can't prove otherwise, or at least they haven't yet. So a lot of the public opinion is that, I mean, that chick probably has a cock.
Okay.
So if that's the
So
case,
does Michelle Obama.
yeah, Big Mike, Big Mike.
I'm sorry, I had to say that one.
Shout out, Big Mike.
Sorry, that one came up.
Yeah.
You ain't got to cut it though.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so she's basically accusing his wife of being a dude, and that we're being run by pedophiles, and she's. It seems like she's tapping into the real shit out there in the world, you know, to the real things that are going on out there, and one of which being that Brigitte Macron is a man. Also, that there's some kind of French angle to the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Really?
Because Candace believes that Brigitte Macron was in the United States at the time that Charlie was assassinated. And not only that, she also
Why would
believes
the
that
French want Charlie assassinated?
that's an open
probably
question.
because
That's an open question.
it could be about his thoughts on transgender.
Oh well, yeah, but I don't think it goes like through that. I think like back to what you were saying, it's a coalition of people.
Yeah.
And also including Israel. Because Charlie was super pro-Israel, like very, very, very pro-Israel, like religiously pro-Israel. But recently, with all the world events that are going on, with what Israel was doing in Gaza, he saw that this is not benefiting the United States at all, like at all. Like the cost of what's going, like it's costing us, it does not outweigh like the risk of everything. Like there's no we are actively doing their bidding. And he started to platform people, well, like Tucker Carlson and Dave Smith, who are very not anti-Israel. They just don't want America to be involved in there anymore.
Well, we shouldn't be.
Exactly. So Charlie was shifting over to that point of view, to that position in his political view, whereas opposed he was very pro-Israel and would give out all the pro-Israel propaganda in the debates, no matter what. But his opinion was shifting to hey, Israel's really some shit up. Not only but he was more centralized at his hatred towards Bibi Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel. And there's evidence, there's text messages of which Candace released of Charlie Kirk in a group chat with a bunch of pro-Israel people saying that Jewish people fall into all the stereotypes. Like, because he was being pressured by his Jewish donors to denounce Candace, to denounce Tucker, to denounce Dave Smith. But he wouldn't denounce him because he believes in America first.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. But and since he didn't denounce him, he was getting a lot of pressure from him. Like, imagine being friends with someone that was a donor. They were always nice. They would always give you advice. Then all of a sudden, they were telling you that you're a piece of shit. You're an anti-Semite, and you're going to hell. I'm taking my money, and like removes the donation.
Oh, yeah.
And then not just that, but a lot of the donors in your coalition, a lot of them were Jewish. So you're losing a lot of money rapidly.
And that's where it comes down. That's what it goes down to. Yeah. The root of all evil, money.
Exactly. Yeah. So they were pressuring him. He was under a lot of pressure. So in a group text message, he says, "This leaves me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause."
Wow.
And what the feeling is out there is that Israel killed Charlie before he can change sides, change political views publicly, so that like his death can be remembered by all the pro-Israel stuff he said before he died. So like,
Oh,
when Charlie died, his image was proliferated all over the world. And all over the world, if you supported like Charlie, if you think this was a bad thing that he died, well, just remember he was very pro-Israel.
yeah, and they wanted to get him out of the picture before pro-Israel turned into anti-Israel.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense on why he would be assassinated.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah, and but she doesn't only just blame them. She thinks that there's more to it. Like there are the powers that be, right? Like there are people that make moves and maneuvers, whether it's inside the country or outside the country.
Yeah.
And but you could tell that the people that have a lot of power are like criminal organizations and the Israel, like the lobby, the people that are devoted to Israel. Because there are a lot of people here in the United States that if you asked them, is it if you choose,
Let's break.
okay, let's break.
Let's break real quick.
So what are we talking about?
We were talking about Israel and
yeah.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's their assertion is that Israel probably or a cabal of people. Oh, my point earlier was that if we stop supporting Israel, like actively, if there's like a real organization that stops supporting Israel, the people that are pro-Israel, I think they are more loyal to Israel than they are to America. And a lot of these people are in very high power positions within the United States.
Yeah.
So that worries me. Like working inside the government, inside the bureaucracy, representatives, the president. The president received $230 million from pro-Israel people. I mean, they put him in the pro-Israel people put him in the White House. Them and Elon Musk.
Oh, well.
Scary, man.
Yeah, it is. But
and but yeah, the whole point is that there's a lot more going on around us. Like for example, with the Charlie Kirk assassination, similar to what happened with JFK. Like the official story just doesn't make sense.
no, it doesn't. There's too many variables. I'll have to try it that way. Hopefully it don't overflow again. Oh, wait. You know you're getting old whenever you got to put on glasses just to put beer salt in your beer.
Damn. Who's on your shifts like that's been on the podcast?
Mario.
Mario's on your shift? Dude,
Yeah.
you should ask him about Israel.
He was supposed to be in last night. Now I know that he was here.
Yeah.
Fucking bastard. Nah.
What about tonight?
I like Mario. Tonight?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't work tonight, right?
Fuck no. Dude, they sent out the OT list, and they were like, who wants OT? Do you want OT? Hell no, I don't want OT.
You over the OT?
Yeah. Whenever I got to pay the government $10K,
Oh, yeah.
I am way over the OT.
Yeah.
Hey, but I did good.
Oh, no, but I was telling you that you should...
My last review went great,
Mhm.
so, things are going great.
Oh, yeah, so you still enjoy your job. You still like your... Like, this is still one of your like, maybe one of your top jobs of all time?
No,
Yeah.
this is the top job.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I love my job.
Uh-huh.
I do. But I like automation. I've always, ever since I found out about automation, I've enjoyed doing it.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed the 20 years that I put in building, installing, and servicing gantry systems. I loved it because, so even though I would prefer to do a hard day's labor, over having to think for the day, I still enjoy the automation side.
But why?
Because it's fascinating.
Having an automation job is fascinating?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How so?
It just robotics in general is fascinating to me.
Uh-huh.
I can't explain it. There's something in me that enjoys doing what I do, that enjoyed building the robots and installing them and servicing them. You know, if I didn't enjoy it, if I hadn't have enjoyed it, I wouldn't have done it for 20 years, you know?
But what
But
about it now really like what about now makes you feel like this is the bee's knees, you know?
just watching the different things. Like, I don't know if we can talk about this or not. Yeah, we can talk about it. Like watching
It just can't be detailed, you know.
like watching the cyber cab stuff go in, and then watching the line, how it works and how everything flows, and uh you know, I love, because I'm working on mainline in Model Y, okay, and they just actually moved me to Framer 1. I was working at Framer 2, but I used to like, whenever I was at Framer 2, going up on the mezzanine part of mainline and just watching the robots do their stuff. It just fascinates me. It's what gets my brain ticking. So I actually, me and a guy that I used to work with, he was a structural engineer. Me and him actually sat down one night and we were discussing how we could make a fully automated grow system that wasn't hydroponics.
What?
Yeah, fully automated
No, I mean like what's a growth system and
grow.
what's a hydroponic?
Hydroponics is where they grow uh food, they grow plants in water. So they're constantly in water and moving through water. That's hydroponics. Okay? But the grow system that I was doing was going to be able to grow just up to 6 plants, potted plants at a time, and it was going to be on a trolley system, and they constantly moved. It was mainly for growing weed, and they constantly moved, but it also had a watering area and a fertilizer area where every once in a while it would go through and it would actually put water into the plant and fertilize the plant. And it had grow lights that would follow the path of the sun and everything. And it had fans that would constantly blow in different directions to represent the wind and all of the. So yeah, dude, we were coming up with a fully automated growing system to where you took your clones and just put them into the system, and then the system started its thing and started growing them. And it would tell you whenever something, like if you ran out of fertilizer, it would link up to your phone and all this. Yeah, we sat there and were designing it. Never got to finish designing it, but so, that's why I like automation, because it gets my mind thinking.
Mm-hmm. But why? What about this job is what really puts it in the top? What about the automation here that really piques your interest?
Just watching how the cars are made.
Oh, okay.
Watching the robots move, and it's fascinating. I mean, we have 6-axis robots that move in weird directions that you would never think of. They just installed some new ones that are upside down in Model Y.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They got kukas hanging from the ceiling. It's just fascinating what you can do with articulating arms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like this job so much. And also because I cannot be in a repetitive job, like one where I'm doing one task every day, all day long. I like to have jobs where different things happen because I like to fix things. Yeah, half the time I may just be going over and resetting something, but still, I'm having fun. I love it.
You love using your brain?
It's not very big. I got 2 cells left, and they're both beating the out of each other for dominance, but hey, the little bit of a brain I've got left still likes to be used.
Yeah. Yeah, and I I like hearing stuff like that because I think what dominates the conversation is usually what's bad about everything. You know, there's more complainers than there are appreciators.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me, I just go with the conversation. Whatever happens, happens. That's the way I do life, too. I mean, God, dude, I just have to follow things. I just have to see where things take me. So,
So if you were to live outside of the U.S., where would you go?
Asia, because I've always wanted to go there. I've always wanted to go to Japan and Thailand and Vietnam, and I like the culture, and I like the food, and just always wanted to go there.
So Japan, mostly.
Japan, Korea, anywhere's over there.
Mm-hmm.
Japan, I have to watch where I go.
Really? Why? What is that?
My tattoo.
What is it?
Oh, it's a Sharingan.
What is that?
Naruto.
What's wrong with that? Why do you have to
It's
watch?
a tattoo.
Yeah, I know, but what's wrong with
because it's a tattoo.
Yeah, but what's wrong with it?
Oh, okay. So certain parts of Japan. Sorry. now I'm catching on. I told you I'm a idiot at times. You should have just said, "I don't understand. What's the deal? Do they not like tattoos?"
Yeah.
That's what you should have said.
Yeah.
Be more direct.
Well, I mean, what's more direct than what's wrong with that?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that you didn't understand the culture. Okay, you got to understand the culture.
Uh-huh.
So tattoo now, they're not as bad nowadays as they used to be. There are some towns in Japan where they don't care about your tattoos, but mostly tattoos in Japan have always been associated with the Yakuza. So if they see people with tattoos, they automatically think that they're criminals, are of the criminal element, or have been in the criminal element, which describes me. So yeah, I'd fit in great. Even with my tattoos, because I have been in the criminal element.
You'd fit in great with a Yakuza.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Why?
Don't know. It wouldn't bother me. I think they did have a Western one time that joined them. I think they've only had one, though. I don't know. It might have been a fake story. I don't remember if the movie was a documentary or a are fictional.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Who do you think should come on the podcast?
definitely Josh.
Oh yeah.
Definitely him.
Yeah, bring it up to him. Yeah.
I'll bring it up to him.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool for the podcast. Oh, dude, you ought to try Siosa.
Sayosi?
Siosi. God, half the time I call him George.
yeah, George, yeah. Yeah, no, Mario also mentioned him, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we can make that happen soon.
Oh, Justin.
Ellis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
He says some pretty funny shit sometimes. Dude, since they've changed the people around from, because they just changed all of us around.
Mm-hmm.
They took some of us and moved us to Monday, Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, Thursday. And then the rest of us, they kept on D shift. Big difference. This was the first Friday and Saturday night that the radio has been silent, because usually we're talking shit to one another all night long. And stupid stuff, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude. That would be a group. Me, George, and Justin. And probably throw Jonte.
Jonte.
If you want to do an anime one, I'd go with Bama.
Bama? Really?
Yeah, Bama knows some anime.
Wow.
Or fuck. Who is he? Is it Jose? Jose Correa Jr.?
Mm-hmm.
He would be a good anime one to have on.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to just talk anime.
What the thing is, I don't know anything about anime.
Oh, dude, he could tell you so much shit about anime, especially One Piece.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
An anime version. Would you ever start a podcast?
Would I ever start a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck no.
Why not?
Dude, I'm looking at the equipment you have. You ain't got high dollar equipment, but it's pricey. Plus, I ain't got a place to do it.
Ah, okay.
I'm renting a room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna get me an apartment because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay more than $550. I'm still working on getting me a travel trailer.
Okay. Well, you could do it in the travel trailer.
Yeah, no. No. I'm not motivated enough.
Mm.
I am a very lazy motherfucker. I am.
Yeah.
If I can get out of work, I'd get out of work.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, Dave. How was it? Did you like it?
I liked it. I had fun.
Yeah.
How'd you like having me?
Oh, it was great. It was great. We did a while, dude.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
And it went by fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was whenever Mario told me that he did 7 hours, I was like, 7 hours?
I don't know if he did 7 hours.
How in the hell can you talk for 7 hours?
Yeah.
And then I got to looking at my phone earlier, and I was like, look, it's 5 o'clock. I know we started it by at least 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been talking for a little while.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, they just flies by. Flies by when you're learning something new with someone, you know?
Yeah.
Or getting to know someone in like an entirely different way.
Yeah, because you've only seen my my work side.
Mm-hmm.
Which, my work side compared to this side, how much do they vary?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Pretty. See, that's a true person.
Yeah.
Whenever their work side and their personal side match up,
Yeah.
you know you're messing with a true motherfucker. You know, somebody that just don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Because they don't care what they say.
Yeah.
You know, they just open their mouth and spit words.
Pretty much. Nah, man, but thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you as a person, and let's do it again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you asking me to come.
Of course.
Dude, it was actually quite surprising. I wasn't expecting to ever hear from you again. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey man, I'm doing a podcast. You want to come on it? Sure.
But all right, man. We'll see you next time. Peace out.